Hello everyone, Fox here, and welcome back to some more Danganronpa V3. I'm sorry it's been so long. Honestly, I'm still trying to familiarize myself with the controls again because of how long it has been. But hey everyone, welcome back. So let's just get right back to it. So last time I remember we are dealing with the super cult. And we're still hanging out with people. So, actually, let's go check out our gifts. What do we have in particular to give away? We have a lot of, what is that, olive oil? Well, we have a lot of that. Not sure it's going to be much help. Trying to see what we can give away and, you know, increase our friendships with the people. Oh right, don't we have like 1 billion of that one storybook? If I remember correctly? I feel like it was something like that. Yeah, this one, we have 8 of it. It's ridiculous. Alright. And how many mana coins do we have? We have 42 because we spent most of them on getting new items. So, still getting used to controls. Let's go hang out with someone. Let's go hang out with Kiyo some more. If I can remember their voice. That's another thing I'm very worried about is remembering characters' voices, because I certainly probably won't. Almost assuredly I will forget them, or how to do them.
How terrifying.
The dark secrets of Cage Dark Village were sealed away for being too effective. The caged child was one such art. It seems feudal lords feared the words of the dead. Yeah, let's hang out with Kiyo. Dead man tells no tales. What a foolish saying. There are countless ways to speak with the dead. Oh, do you want to share any of those? I listen to Kiyo talk endlessly about seances. Kiyo and I grew a little closer today. I'll definitely give him a gift. Let's hand him an old monkey paw.
Incredible.
This is Shuichi. Where on earth did you find such a thing?
Wonderful.
Oh, I have never dreamed of encountering such a splendid item here.
Hello.
Since you are here, you wish to learn more about anthropology, yes?
Is that alright?
Yeah, I would like to learn more if that's alright with you.
I am pleased.
Of course! I will speak of it as long as you would wish to hear it. Perhaps we should sit somewhere for our discussion. It sounds nice. Oh wow. We decided to sit in the dining hall and drink some tea while we talked. Quite pleasant.
Whatever is the matter?
You seem to be looking at me with a strange expression. Is something wrong? Well, you're always wearing that mask, Kiyo. I was just wondering how you would drink tea.
Yes.
Ah, this. I take it off at times like this. He does take it off sometimes. Makes sense, or else he couldn't eat or drink.
You see.
And I replaced it with a mask for meals.
Huh?
A mask for meals?
That's correct.
That is correct. I have one for bathing, sleeping, and even exercising. He has a variety.
Well then.
Well, if you'll excuse me. After excusing himself, why do you use your full name there? Korakiro turned his back to me and began changing masks. He could just take it off. He doesn't have to have so many kinds. Why is he so particular about that?
So then.
Thank you for waiting, Shuichi. Why did you change your mask?
Yes.
I did. This is the one for meals. It looks exactly the same.
So then.
So I will proceed to enjoy this tea now.
Okay.
Okay. This tea has nice scent. I usually prefer green tea, but this is wonderful. Korakio looked to be in a trance as he brought the cup of tea to his lips. But won't it just spill on the mask?
Wonderful.
Ah, a mellow flavor that makes itself familiar to my tongue. Huh? The mask isn't wet? Did he just pour it into a slit? I didn't even see him do it.
Oh.
Ah, we have cookies as well. They look delicious. Cookies? I'll definitely get to see him take that mask off to eat. I held my breath and watched as Karakiro brought the cookie to his lips. Oh, what the? What happened? The cookie just disappeared.
Oh.
Oh, what's the matter? The cookie, it just disappeared.
I see,
Ah,
yes.
well, yes. Because I put it into my mouth. But it didn't look like he ate it at all. You're wondering how I ate it, aren't you? If you are so vexed by such trivial things, then your world is still very small.
Do you understand?
I will open up your world through anthropology, if you so desire. I'm now just realizing that Kiyo is basically Kakashi and we're never gonna see that mask taken off. At the very end, he's gonna take off his mask and there's gonna be a mask on behind the mask. Because that's how this sort of thing always goes. After sharing some tea, I returned to my room. I mean, tea is very nice. There's still time until nighttime. Alright, let's go see if we can get Kiyo to take off his mask again. Man, he really just stays in his room, huh? Alright. As soon as I figure out what button is the run button.
In any event.
Ah, yes. I don't wish you to misunderstand. Seances and necromancy are two different things. Necromancy defiles the dead. Should I hang out with Kiyo for a while? Yeah. You wish to hear the differences? As I thought, you have an interest in seances. Well, thank you, Kiyo. I listened to Kiyo talk endlessly about seances. Kiyo and I grew a little closer today. Yeah, sure. Let's see. We don't have very much cake. Let's see. I would say he probably likes a lot of books, and this says it has spells in it, so maybe we could try it.
I am pleased.
I may have this? Much appreciated. You enjoy giving gifts. Perhaps we can discuss cultural gifts-giving practices. Koekiro is teaching you more things about
Do
anthropology.
you understand?
So, from an anthropological view, house does not necessarily mean family. The house is an umbrella term that denotes both resident and people. Interesting. It's fun breaking down the etymology of words we use.
Ah, yes.
Indeed. Speaking of family, what made you choose the life of a detective? Were your parents detectives?
No.
No, it was my uncle. He's a detective and I just helped him out. Ah, so that's how it happened.
Then
How about you, Kiyo? What made you become an anthropologist? There's no particular reason to that. I merely pursued my interests. The rest was sister's influence.
Huh?
Sister.
Listen.
I first learned of anthropology while reading a book with my sister. It said that tales like that of Princess Kaguya existed all over the world. I was surprised that people across the globe had such similar ideas. It was then that sister pushed me to research as much as I could. So that's how you became an ultimate.
I see, yes.
Indeed, I am who I am today, all because of my sister. Sister understood me more than anyone else. She even made this uniform for me.
Huh?
She did.
You see.
My outfit was originally much simpler, but she said that didn't suit me. She made it ever so beautifully. There is no uniform quite like mine. Korekyo looked elated as he told me about that. You're closer to your sister, aren't you? Not all sisters make clothes for their brothers. I'm an only child, so I'm a bit envious. Do you have an interest in sisters, Suichi?
Huh?
That's not what I mean at all.
A mere jest.
I jest. To tell you the truth, sisters always been sickly. Hey, Cuckoo Wii. How you doing? She made me this uniform between bouts of illness.
That's...
Oh, I'm sorry. But I'm sure that as long as you're working hard, she'll be just fine.
What is it?
What do you mean by that?
Because...
Watching her little brother work so hard and succeed is the best medicine.
I see.
I see. So you're saying I should work hard for her? No, of course I know that. I apologize. I didn't mean to overstep my bounds.
No.
No. Sister thanks you for worrying about her. You're a good person. Were you a girl? Were you a girl, I would have you become one of Sister's friends. Do all of her friends have to be girls? Maybe this sister doesn't like boys going near her. Now that's a complex. Well, that could be a thing. Full of new knowledge, I returned to my room. How you doing today, Cuckoo Wii U? Hopefully everything's going well. I'm doing pretty good. I was sick for a little bit, but I got better. Oh right, Monokuma is shedding. I forgot about that. Yeah, that sure was Monokuma. Anyway, I suppose it's nighttime. And you established a curfew at nighttime. I wonder what will happen to training.
That's true.
To go see what Kaito has to say about this. I'm worried about him. This is gonna end poorly. This is how a murder happens. Where was this room again? It was on the first floor, I think. No. There it is. I wonder if Kaito's okay. I hope he's feeling a little better. Right as I was about to ring the bell, the door in Kaito's room opened and out came... Oh, hi, Maki.
Ah,
Maki. Is she mad?
okay.
Hey, bro. Perfect timing. I gotta apologize. To you, too.
Well,
He told me he was going to skip today's training, too.
I knew it.
So, he still doesn't feel well?
My bad.
It's pathetic, but I haven't been able to eat or sleep much since yesterday. I think I'll get better if I just rest a little longer, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, sure, Kaito. Do what you have to do.
Ah,
We have to reschedule our training sessions either way, come to think of it. The student council said being out after nighttime was prohibited, right?
huh?
Well,
I told you.
if you're getting sick, that's one thing. But I don't want you to change the training schedule. You don't need to do that.
I see.
Really? But
Nope.
I don't want to skip it. So it'll just be the two of us training today.
Huh?
What? Really?
What do you mean?
You don't want to?
Do you want to die?
Do you want to die?
Huh?
Die?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. That's an old habit. Just pretend you didn't hear it. I didn't know such a habit existed.
Well,
Anyway, I don't want to give up now. I finally started to think about how I can confront it.
okay.
So, if I have to train alone, so be it. Maybe it's because you're not feeling well, but this is really unlike you, Kaito. I never imagined you would obey Anji. I thought you would do whatever you wanted.
My bad.
Shuichi, I'm sorry, but can I leave the training to you until I feel better?
Okay.
Of course, Kaito. I nodded firmly and then chased after Maki and headed to the courtyard.
Hey!
Maki, about Kaito. You shouldn't worry about it. He's just feeling a little weak because he's sick. I'm sure he's not. My body stiffened on impulse. Maki's eye and the entire aura surrounding her had completely changed. Her glare was blazing hot yet icy cold at the same time. Her very essence was that of ice and fire. Maki? But her glare wasn't aimed at me. It was right past me. Such intense hostility. So this is your power. A normal person would have passed out just from that glare.
Huh?
Tenko. You probably want me to leave, right? But I won't run away.
Well,
Not here to fight you. I don't think you're here to enforce that curfew.
Huh?
What?
that's right.
That's right, Maki. I'm not here as a student council member. I'm here to ask you a favor, a personal favor. A favor from us?
Hey,
I don't think she's with the student council. She doesn't sound brainwashed. Yeah, I'm not brainwashed at all. What?
Hey,
Tenko, what are you talking about? I thought you believed in Atua.
No.
I could never believe in Anji's god.
huh?
What?
Listen up.
I only believe in Aikido. As long as I have that, I can't be swayed by anything. Aikido values mental fortitude, and Aikido moves are reflections of that fortitude. Thanks to Aikido, my mental fortitude is way too mighty to succumb to Anji's brainwashing.
Then
So you just pretended to be brainwashed? Why would you do that?
Hey,
It's because you're worried about Himiko, aren't you? You pretended to be brainwashed to join the student council, right? I think Himiko's gotten so lazy she's given up on thinking for herself. That's why she's dependent on Angie, but I think Angie is dangerous.
that's right.
The student council idolizes Angie so much. They don't see how dangerous she is. That became clear to me after I infiltrated the student council. Angie truly believes in Atua. She believes that she's under Atua's protection. That's why she does whatever she wants. She thinks she's Atua's vessel, so she doesn't feel guilty about anything she does. And that's why you want me to kill her?
huh?
Huh?
Well,
Asking someone like me for a favor can only mean one thing.
yes.
I won't deny that. I've wanted her gone even before all this happened. And I think everyone has wanted someone to die at least once in their life.
Listen up.
But going through with it is a different thing. It's wrong for a person to commit a murder. It doesn't matter what the reason is.
Well,
Do you realize who you're talking to? Oh, I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. I just want to stop Angie. The resurrection ritual is too dangerous to try. If we go along with Monokuma's motive, it could lead to another killing. But the student council won't defy Angie, and I can't stop her on my own.
please.
That's why I came to ask you two. You're the only ones who can stop Angie.
Huh?
Only us? Well, obviously I can't ask Kokichi, Miyu, or Kiyo. And Kaito's not feeling well, you know?
That's true.
See, you didn't have many options.
Okay.
Yeah, that is true.
Please.
So please help me. If you have to convince Angie not to perform the ritual. I'm begging you. Tenko bowed her head as deep as she could. Well then, let's go.
Huh?
What? We didn't even answer yet.
Ugh,
God,
degenerate male.
quit complaining and do this favor for me, you degenerate. I'm even bowing to you. And I would never do that for any male. That's not the best thing to say to someone you need a favor from.
Ew.
You're very sincere. I can tell that you're not used to asking others for help.
By the way,
So, what will you do, Shuichi? This seems like something you'd ignore. This is something I'd ignore? Who do you think I am?
No.
No, I'll do it. I was just thinking is all. I agree with Tenko that it's dangerous to go along with Monokuma's motive.
hey, degenerate male.
Then do something about it already! I thought males were supposed to be decisive.
Sneak attack.
I guess I'll forgive you though. Now let's go convince Angie together. She should be preparing for the ritual right now in the Ultimate Artist Lab.
Huh?
Together. I'm going to. Of course. I wouldn't ask just Shuichi for help. I just agreed to help, and this is how you treat me? Oh well, I'll just go to Angie's lab. Sus. Oh. suspicious, is it not? Well, let's walk our way up to the 3rd floor, or 4th floor, I forget what floor it's on.